Hi, welcome back to the Imaginary Tavern. I'm Barnaby. I am your DM. We didn't introduce ourselves last episode, so we thought we would do it this time. We're playing Icewind Dale Rime, or the Frostmaiden. And here are our lovely players beneath me.
Hello, my name's Mark. I am playing Pignut Fiddlehead.
I am Sarah, and I am playing Baskia Kiryndur, a little elf, a monk elf.
I'm Bing, and I play Topiary Erda.
That went pretty well, given that we decided that's what we were going to do 30 seconds ago. So let's dive in. A little bit of recap on last session. We opened with little vignettes looking at the lives of our three protagonists of this story. Baskia woke up to a very warm room on the night of the sacrifice of warmth in Tourmaline, to Trix, who had lit a fire for her. Trix, who is is it fair to say a regular bedfellow of Baskia?
Yes, I think that is fair to say.
She left, however, because she delivers all manner of things all across 10 towns. However, outside you heard her speaking to a figure who called themselves, or who was named Sefik. Sefik then accused her of fleeing from Targos, the town adjacent, fleeing from the sacrifice that was going on there. As each village in 10 towns sacrifices something different on the new moon to appease the god Oriel, the Frostmaiden. You then continued on your day. You went fishing. You are a fisher in the local village. You are also in the care, but also caring for the owners of the local inn. We also have Pignut, who lives in the mine. The mine is the main resource gathering. Resource gathering, is that what you would say? I feel like this is some sort of like top-down resource management game. It's not. It's a mine, and that's where they get all their money from, because they sell jewels all around 10 towns. And Pignut lives there. But however, Pignut found that the mine was empty. But carrying on their day, they went to the local market, where they found a new market stall, Torgs, and one of the security, one of the mercenaries who watches over Torgs, was Sefik. And we see Sefik. He is a very handsome man in his late 30s, but something very interesting about him, he doesn't wear any warm woolen clothes. He has almost a vest on, a leather vest of blue highlights, and seems to be unaffected by the cold. We also have Topiary, not Topiary. that's the smelly stuff in a bowl. Topiary, how do you pronounce it?
Topiary. Topiary?
Topiary.
No, you're thinking potpourri. Potpourri.
This is one of those things. So we will learn that Barnaby the DM is rubbish with names and will constantly call things the wrong thing. So it's like an added challenge. But Topiary, out in the woods, where has just finished burning a fire where there was a gathering the night before, is met by the town speaker, Oris, who has panic attacks and is struggling to manage the town as the local militia is turning against them. Can you all hear the children screaming outside? Yeah, I'm going to close the window.
I can.
I thought it was a sound effect.
Like, oh God, it's like I'm there.
I got all of this
What a dark session.
Yeah. All the children.
Oh God.
It would be the Curse of Strahd all over again.
Yeah.
No, bone grinder. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell us about yourself, Topiary.
Now I'm not sure how to say the name. Topiary Erda.
Oris, town speaker, panic attacks. You he let you know that the miners, the mine has closed due to something coming up from the Underdark. And you offered to help him. Well, offered is probably the wrong word. You offered a deal in exchange for a favor in the future. What that favor is, DM is scared. So you gathered your troop. I should also say, while you were in the woods, Sefik appeared with Horus and a priest of Oriel, saying that there were 2 fires on the night of the sacrifice to the warmth. He had tracked down Horus to try and figure out what was going on, and Topiary had hidden in the woods trying to overheard all of this. What else? Is there anything else to say? You're in the mine. You travel down. It's creepy. It's got this huge shaft in the center of it, which descends into the darkness, into the Underdark. There are winding tunnels, rickety wooden platforms that go from mine shaft to mine shaft. There are also kobolds, who we discover at the very end, one very fancy kobold, who has a cane and big wooden wings out their back, who called themselves Drix, the leader of the kobolds. Before we dive into the start, is there anything I have missed or anything that we should add, anything of import?
I suppose maybe the Pignut is touched a gem.
Yes.
And it's like on the other. I assume the other side of the cavern.
Yes, do not worry. We will get to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fabulous.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Cool. So, Pignut, you are falling. You can feel the cold chill, the winter air rushing past you, moving through your fur, your ears flapping behind you. Beneath you, you are skydiving down towards 10 towns. Beautiful, frosty 10 towns, covered in ice and snow. And as you descend, you can hear the rumble of an avalanche. Plumes of white snow cascade from the spine of the world across the entirety of 10 towns, swallowing every single town, decimating it to rubble, destroying everything, including a small village where you once lived, buried deep beneath the snow. As you witness this horror, you continue to fall to it. Closer and closer until the white fills your entire vision. Until you plummet and you hit the snow. Except you feel no impact. It's like you are swallowed, and the white gives way to darkness, to black. And that is when you see them. A pair of eyes, blacker, darker than the darkness around you, with a tinge of purple. A tinge of purple that reminds you of a stone or a crystal. You get the flashback of an exchange. A Brussels sprout for the same type of crystal from Sefik earlier that day. As you look at the eyes, from the darkness comes tentacles, deep purple like the color of eggplant, as they reach out to the darkness and grab you as you are cradled in this warmth. We come out of this vision to see Baskia and Topiary and the one fine kobold gentleman, Drix, standing there with his cane. And as you turn away from him to look at your friend who's recently touched a skull-shaped gem. Now, you're not close to Pignut. Pignut is across a great crevasse, a hole that descends deep into the Underdark. There is a rope that goes from where you're standing on a rickety platform to the cave that he is in, and a bucket and a pulley which goes across about 30 feet. And you can see Pignut hand on this gem. And that's when you see it. A pink, fleshy tendril drops from the ground, with one hooked black claw on its end, then another tendril, then another. And these tentacles are tentacles that wrap themselves around Pignut as he's trapped in his vision and pulls him up into the air. Descending from the ceiling and into view, you see these tentacles attached to a large brain. A dark black beak extending from the cranium as it draws Pignut up towards the beak. A feast, a trap. I am extremely... I will excuse me, we are having a discussion at this moment. And then he sees it too. Drix, the kobold. Never mind, we have some business to attend to. And he starts to turn and walk away. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh. Idiots.
Who knew it would be a trap?
Certainly not Baskia.
So, anyone above a 20?
No.
Oh. Anyone above a 15?
17?
17 for Topiary.
Baskia.
Oh, sorry, was that... Sorry. The monster that I've got up is covering the screen. That's Baskia. 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
6.
6.
Oh no.
6 for Pignut. Oh, I should probably do this. Okay. And what do we have for the lovely Topiary?
1.
Yeah!
It wasn't a natural one. I have a -1
Oh, no.
on initiative.
Excellent.
Okay, so as you watch what is known as a grell, Pignut wrapped in the tentacles, slowly pulling Pignut up to this beak, which is now opening, a long pink tongue coming out of its mouth. Baskia, you are up first. You are standing on a rickety platform. There is a rope not too far away from you that extends horizontally across the hole that descends into the Underdark. It's about 30 foot across. There is a bucket on the opposite side, as Pignut has just used it. You can see behind you Drex is walking away from you at quite a pace. What do you do?
I'm just going to ignore Drex. My focus is on Pignut in this brain. So the bucket's on the other side. Mm-hmm. Damn it, Pignut. And then, so is it already kind of coming back, or is it the kind of thing I'd need to like pulley it?
You would need to pull it. It is a pulley system. So I'd say it takes an action to pull the thing back to you, to pull the bucket over to you. Of course, you could always try to scale the rope across the Underdark if that's what you please.
I'm tempted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted to do it. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Pignut. Need it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get across so that I'm closer, so that I can at least do something using my movement.
So from this platform, how do you scale this rope? Are you tight roping it? Are you going underneath? Like, what does it look like?
So yeah, you see her kind of split seconding it, but she goes tightrope style, because to her that feels more heroic. That feels cool, and she wants that to pan out. So I'm gonna like go and try and run across it.
Yeah. And as she jumps up onto the rope, is she feeling? Is she yelling something out? Like what is her state in this moment?
Focus, just pure focus. She's seen the bucket on the other side that hasn't come back. And she's like, God damn it, Pignut. And then it's just like straight eyes on that little bunny's flappy ears.
Okay. So I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
As you scramble across the rope.
So you know the ears won't be flappy because they've got rigor mortis, so they'll more like be like.
That's right. Terrible roll. That is a 10.
10. As you are running across, it is going smoothly until you get to the center where it starts to bow down and you misjudge and your next step misses the rope and you fall and just manage to grab the rope underneath. That is your movement. You have an action left. So you could use, if you wanted, your action to try and make another acrobatics check to get across. Now, bear in mind that this acrobatics check to get across, this is currently your fail safe. So if you...
My hand.
Yeah. So you could go, but if you fail again, things are going to get really dicey.
So I've got a dart in my belt that I want to throw at this brain.
Okay. Yes.
So I want to just be hanging, and then just hoik it out and just launch it.
I love it.
Is it within 20 feet of me, roughly?
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to do that. So
Okay,
I
roll an
will.
attack for me.
That bounced out of the thing. These dice are shit today. I'm so sorry, everybody. 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does hit.
Oh, get in. Okay, great. Perfect. Thank God. All right, let me grab some dice. Or one dice, in fact. 7 points of just damage. 7 points of dart damage.
Dart damage. As you throw the darts right into the brain. You first, from concealing it, thought it was hidden. The brain turns towards you and lets out a screech as you see the dart protruding from the fleshy brain.
And I'll just yell now that I'm a bit closer to Pignut. Like, I'll just be like, Pignut, you're still with us. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. It is now the Grell's turn.
Oh, question. Sorry, new monk, who dis?
Yeah.
Can I, even at this point, can I still do patient defense even though I'm in this position?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to do patient defense because I think is important given my position in there.
Okay, perfect. so let's give this, so patient defense would usually give you, mean anything that attacks you as disadvantage. Let's also give this, like, you using this bonus action, this patient defense, I'll allow you to use that to kind of get into a better position, and ready. You've spent a key point. You've honed in on your monk ability of the teachings of the open hand, and you'll have advantage on your next acrobatics check.
Nice. Cool.
Okay.
Love that.
The Grell's turn. Draws Pignut up. Your eyes begin to open as you see the tendrils around you, no longer purpley eggplants, vegetable tendrils, but fleshy, pink, muscular, they're like rings of muscle stitched together with a slimy sinew across them. And it's slowly pulling you up, about 5 tendrils, up towards this beak, which is extending open.
Sorry, did you say stitched together?
Yeah, like not like stitched together, but stitched with muscle.
Oh, right,
like
okay, cool.
Tendons. And it's going to make a beak attack against you.
I don't like it.
I rolled a natural 1.
Woo!
Pignut, how do you avoid this first strike?
From its beak.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed it a Brussels sprout, and it can eat that instead.
Yes,
Here you go.
love it. As you pull out your Brussels sprout and shove it into, it spits it, and it sort of disintegrates into the air.
Oh, that
its
is
leaves.
so rude.
It does have a second attack. it's going to try and subdue you now that you've woken up. And one of the tentacles comes down. You see this black nail, long nail on the end of this tendril, and it's going to try and jab you. I need to not use this dice. That is a 9.
Relate.
As you wriggle out of the way, you are still grappled by this creature. It is still trying to feast on you. However, that is its turn. It is now Drix's turn, who says, "Well, my fine fellows, I'm sure you have this. Small, why don't you come and help me? These people are going to offer us work. Maybe take us to a tavern for a civilized drink to discuss the future of us working in this mine. Come on, Small, let's pack our bags and we'll start wandering off to another cavern around the corner. Pignut, it is your turn.
Does the brain have any ears?
The brain does not have ear. I'd suppose.
Are there any ear holes anywhere?
Yeah, you can see in the beak it has like 2 nostrils.
Okay, but then I assume Pignut thinks that, that's for sniffing. I think he's going to be looking like, because he wants to talk to it, but he's getting desperate. Not being able to see.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh,
Pignut.
18.
A creature like this there's going to be sort of 2 options. It's either going to have sort of a language that it speaks, maybe a squawk, bird, aviary type of language. But also this is a giant brain. And brains of... How do I put this? With your, let's say, knowledge of brain, let's just put it that way. With your knowledge of brains, brains
with an intelligence of 0, yeah,
communicate via telepathy.
Yeah.
I
think Lee, like, not being able to find any ear holes, I think Pignut is just gonna... Someone's going to come over Pignut, and then his eyes are going to flash purple. And in a desperate need to try and talk to this thing, telepathically, he's going to speak to it, to the brain, and say, "You don't want to eat me. I'm dead. My muscles are like rotten on the inside." And then, does it respond?
It sort of, as it's sort of pulling the claw away from you, going to jab you again, it sort of stops as it kind of floats and moves around, and squeezes you tighter and zeroes in on you. And you just hear this scream, this aviary core in your brain, but behind it, you can hear the hum. The same hum you feel echoing from this cave, the same hum that came from the jewel.
Okay. So the hum's coming from the brain of the creature or behind it?
It's in the background.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna scream into the brain, "Snap out of it!" And then I'm gonna try and get out of the grapple if I can.
Okay. Roll me an athletics or an acrobatics.
Okay, I'm going to go acrobatic. Ooh, that's a natural 1.
As you squirm around, you catch one word that you understand. And it's less of a word and it's more of a feeling. Feed, as it starts pulling you closer to its beak.
"I gave you a lovely Brussels sprout, you ungrateful prick." And then I'm going to turn my head around to Baskia, and then go, "I'm fine. Don't worry, I'll figure it out."
Great, okay.
Lovely. Topiary, it's your turn.
Okay, so with what Baskia cast, because I didn't quite catch it, is it rolling with disadvantage on the attacks?
No, that was patient defense, which has just made it so it's going to be easier for her to maneuver next turn.
I should have done it better. Basically, I invoke some key energy, and you just see her like getting even more focused. Maybe she does some like funky little hand movements as well, and then she's just kind of in a real state of mind where if she's
one-handed, because you are holding onto the rope.
Maybe she starts. She's like, oh shit, wait. Yeah, it's just she's just chilling. She's been doing a one-handed biceps. I don't know, carrot.
I'm going to run up to the rope. So I'm standing next to it. And I'm going to just under my robes prick my finger on one of my arrowheads so that there's a drop of blood. And I'm going to point my finger out to the grell. And you'll see like a red light under my hood, like a deep red light, and I'll say, "You will never win. You will never take him. You will always fail." And the blood's going to float out and cast Bane on the grell.
Nice.
So it would have a minus D4 to saving and attack.
Okay. Does make a charisma saving throw?
Yes. Of 13.
2. Yeah, you see the blood hit the creature, and the veins, which weren't see, seems to pump this red blood, which is now moving through the cranium of the grell. Lovely. That was your action. Anything else?
Pignut's not in a bucket, is he? He's kind of...
Pignut is grappled by the grell.
Okay, no, I'll just stand there.
Baskia, that is your turn.
So I'm fairly close to the other side, you were saying. So
you're
like
about
close enough
halfway
I could
across. Yeah.
Incredible. Like, so what I would love to do is just maybe move, and Pignut he was on the other side. I just want to be clear where he is. So I'm moving towards him all the time. That's the goal. That's the aim. Great. If I can try and use my movement I would love to fling myself back up on the rope and just run the rest of the way, if possible. That would be super cool.
Roll me an acrobatics check with advantage.
With a different dice than last time. With advantage, thank you. Oh, lovely. Okay, natural 17 plus 6, so like 26, 23,
Yeah.
23.
Definitely feeling the energy within you. And whether it's something to do with the Underdark beneath you, but you feel the energy, something radiating through you. You manage to hoist yourself up onto the rope and like Naruto style dash across the rope, leaping off the other side. And if you want to, you can... So the grell is kind of in the air with these tendrils that are going down. If you wanted to, I would allow you to leap up towards the head, towards the brain, unless you wanted to land away from it. So I'll give you the option. Like, you can kind of land wherever you want in this little cave.
I want to be in melee with it, and I think I'm going to need to jump up towards it if it's kind of floating a little bit. So yeah, I'm 100% going to do that, and I'm going to try and like grab on, maybe with that same hand, maybe with a different hand. She's tired, different hand, and then I would love to then, if I make it, to be able to then take out my short sword and smash it in its grey matter.
Let's say whether you're able to grab onto the brain is going to be attached to your attack roll. So roll me attack. Let's see if you hit. As you launch yourself through the air, drawing out your short sword.
That is 14 plus 6, 20.
That hits as you strike down.
Okay.
Yeah, roll me your damage.
That is cheeky little one there. 5 points of damage from my short sword.
All adds up. And are you going to stay up? Are you like sort of holding on to this brain?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. The only thing she'll probably do is like she'll look to start dislodging it, ready for when she's going to do it again for her next turn.
You've got your bonus action if you wanted to do anything.
Oh, I'm tempted to just do flurry of blows because I can. I'm going to do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Do it.
I get 2 of those, don't I? Do I
think
get
so,
2?
yeah.
Let me check.
You make a
Greedy.
bonus action
Spend a key
attack.
point. Yeah, 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Incredible. Right, I'm going in.
Wail on this brain.
I mean, that's a 16 plus
hits.
6 again. Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to beat a 12, so...
Incredible. Let me do the damage for that one. Okay. Better. That is 7 points of punching damage.
Nice.
And then the second one is a 15. This is
15
amazing.
hits, yes.
Awesome. So then that is going to be another 7 points of damage. That's another 3. These 2 dice can stay.
Great. As you start, these kicks, are you punching the brain? Great, you're punching the brain.
Fully punching, although not with 2 hands because she'll fall off. So she's now using the sword to anchor herself, and she's like laying in with the other 2
Dangle
punches.
from the brain. I love it. At the end of your turn, the Grell squawking out now. One of these tendrils is going to whip up and try and stab at you, Baskia. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits for sure.
And
Even with a minus D4.
oh yeah, no, thank you for the remind. I mean, I'll roll it anyway. That is a minus, so it's going to be an 18 to hit.
It still hits, but that would have been amazing.
And that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as it right into your side. And I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw as you feel something within the tendril shoot out a liquid into your body.
Oh.
18.
18. The poison begins to curse around your body, but the residual key energy that's floating around in your system at the moment pushes it back. You are not grappled by the creature.
Cool.
Oh no, you are grappled by the creature. It gets in you, and as it's in you, another tendril wraps around your waist. So although you were kind of grappling the Grell, the brain, it's kind of grappling you. So tip tap.
Love it.
It does have a second attack, which is going to use to go for you, Pignut, because it's still trying to eat you.
Me.
Minus a D4. That's going to be dirty 20 to hit.
Yes.
And that's going to be another 8 points of piercing damage to Pignut. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Now, is this about being poisoned?
It is.
Because I get advantage against
Fantastic. Roll with
disease and being poisoned.
Yep.
Q. Because I cannot reiterate this enough to telepathically, I'm dead. My body is crap. 19 plus numbers.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, the poison, it is cursing and just moving around your body, but the poison just like, well, what do we do here? What is this? There's nothing to do. Brilliant. That's the Grell's turn. Drix, you hear, no, Small, be careful with the books. They need to remain in their binding. No, don't. Oh, for Christ's sake. And if you were looking, just reams of paper are just flying everywhere as a small little kobold is failing to put all of this paper back into this big old bag. Pignut, it is your turn.
Right. I think he's going to give up on trying to get out because he failed so miserably earlier. So he's just going to, if he can, does he have access to his arms or is he completely...
Yeah. Like wrapped around.
He's going to pull out. He's going to pull out the dagger, but the dagger is being carved from a big old broccoli stalk, like super sharp and like icy. So it's it's still able to do some damage. And he's just going to say to it telepathically, "You want some food? Eat this!" And then stab it into him.
Great, roll me your attack. Reach out the underside of the brain where you can see the 10 tentacles coming out from underneath it. Baskia's
Oh my
legs
God.
flailing around.
Oh, natural one.
Oh no!
Pignut, what's wrong with him? Well, he's in an awful situation.
As you reach up to stab the underside of the growl, a tentacle wraps around your arm, and let's say one arm is now restrained
Grappled.
by the creature. So you've only got one arm free.
Yeah. I'm going to turn to Baskia, but I'm fine!
You look fine. You look fine.
So do you!
Thanks.
Anything else on your turn?
I don't think I can. I can't do anything. No.
Okay. That brings us to Topiary.
I'm going to shout across to Pignut, "You can do it. Get in the bucket, I'll pull you back." And then I'm going to glow red under my hood. And I'm going to mutter something under my breath about my patron. I guess you guys are too far away to hear.
Oh no!
A sacred
Secrets!
flame. And I want to try and get the arm that's holding on to Pignut.
Okay.
Try and help him wriggle
Okay.
out of its grasp.
You say Sacred Flame you're casting.
Yes.
Okay. So I will say, so it needs to make a wisdom save, dex save.
Dex save 13.
Dex
It's
save
probably quite
13 with a
dexterous,
minus
isn't it?
d4. So let's say if it fails by 3, Pignut will get their arm back. That is a... What's the save?
13.
13. So that's going to be a 12. That's an 11.
Okay,
So it doesn't
cool.
quite get the arm back, but you do hit.
Okay, I'm going to write roll. 3.
3 points of damage. Ace. As the radiant flames ripple through the creature, you can see it biting at the tentacle that's holding Pignut's arm. It is trying to rip it free, but it's holding on just tight enough. Lovely. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
No. Okay. That brings us to top of the round. Baskia, it's your turn.
Yeah, so still using that short sword, that's now her anchor point. She's gonna like get her feet like wedged in a little bit more. It's helping her now in her mind because it's almost got her so she feels more secure. And she's gonna like smash in, and as she goes in to punch it with an unarmed strike, she's gonna be trying to like yank stuff out of it. She's trying to like properly just dismember this thing, get rid of it.
Attack.
Oh, that's way less good. That was a 3, so that is a 9, which I think misses.
9 misses.
Because she's hit, I think I get to do an unarmed strike just as a bonus action, so not
Yeah.
flurry of blows. So she's going to go in again, and she's going to try and do it again. So maybe she was a bit of a wet-fisted one that time. Second one, 12 better, so that's going to be 8.
Yeah, that
18,
hits.
yeah.
That hits.
Amazing.
AC 12.
Boop, boop. And then damage. Yeah, 6 points of damage.
Damage, nice. This, as you reach in, you manage to pull out the frontal lobe. As you pull out a chunk of its brain, it caught 3 of its tentacles just fall limp.
Nice.
Yeah, it is looking beat up and not very happy. Anything else on your turn?
No, she's in it. She's just in it.
It's now the Grell's turn. I think it's going to go. It's freaking out, and it's see that it's kind of losing its fight, but it's still got this primal instinct to feed. So I think it's going to try and eat Pignut. With a minus D4. That is...
You've got a secondary character prepared, right?
So it's a 3 on that, so it's going to be it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to hit.
Oh, I think that's my armor. Because I think Topiary gave me a boon at some point, but I think it was a +1. So yeah, it's 16.
Your AC is
But I'm
16, so it does
just delaying the inevitable. Yeah.
So it goes in for its bite attack, which is 2d4.
But it's minus. You did do the minus D4, didn't you?
I did, yes, for the attack roll, yes. 5. So it's going to be 6 points of piercing damage as the beak comes down to try and eat a chunk of your flesh. Then it will use its second attack for a tentacle to try and go for you, Baskia, to try and get you off its body. With a minus 4, so it's going to be 14. So it's going to be 18 to hit.
Oh, same hit. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, it's rolling well.
Yeah.
Not on the damage, though. That's a 4 points of damage. And I need another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, God. I'm frightened of all the dice. Here we go. Use this one. 15?
What was it?
15.
15. That is enough. Lovely. That is the Grell's turn. Drix, you hear... Small, you are absolutely ridiculous. I have spent years meticulously gathering this data, stitching this book back together, and now you've just thrown it willy-nilly? I should throw you off the cliff. Pignut, it's your turn.
I would like to bonus action cast Zephyr Strike.
Ooh, what is that? What does this look like? Let's talk about how does it look like. Then we can deal with what it does.
I think again, it's probably his eyes are gonna flash purple. And if his little little paws are at the bottom, like poking out, he's just gonna do a little. And then some little sort of like purple dust is gonna sort of come off them. And I mean, this bit is pointless. So I get to move like the wind, which is great. But once before the spell ends, I can give myself advantage on a weapon attack roll, which I will use right now.
Okay.
In order to try and hit it, and I'm going to use the if I can. So I've got my one hand is grappled with the broccoli dagger. If I can kind of throw it into my mouth, to catch it in my mouth, give it a little nibble. And then grab it with the other one, and it's going to be that little bit sharper from my gnashes.
Ooh, I love it.
And then I'm gonna stab it.
Right, roll me your attack.
Am I near the? I got bitten, but I'm not inside it. Am I? I didn't get swallowed.
No,
I'm
you're
just
up by its
bitten.
mouth. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stab it around its mouth, then please. So I'm gonna use advantage with that. Come on. Oh, a 5 and an 8.
Put those dice in jail, Mark.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Plus 6, that's 14.
14 hits. AC 12, so you're good.
Come on.
Yes. So 1d4 plus 4. Sorry. 1d4. Oh, 4. So that's 8 plus this attack that if it hits deals an extra 1d8 force damage.
Nice.
2, so that's 10 points of damage. And I mean, pointless, but my speed has increased by 30 feet until the end of this turn. So
Well,
my little feet just going.
it might not be pointless as you dig in that in your celery stick dagger. How do you finish this creature off?
I just want to sort of stab its mouth out.
Stab all around its beak.
Yeah.
Brain.
No food for you.
Flying everywhere. The tendrils going limp. It's deflating and lowering to the ground, like a wet, soggy balloon, as it lowers further and further and further to the ground till it lands. Its tendrils flailing and eventually stop, limp, unmoving.
That was disgusting. Look at this. Covered in brains. You okay, Pignut?
Yeah, I told you I was fine.
You
like he's
certainly
like not
looked
looking
fine.
good. He looks awful.
Oh,
He's
God.
not good.
Super rough. You certainly look fine, and no dramas, no dramas. What the hell? Wait. Did you say that? Had you said to us that you could hear humming before you went? You did, didn't you? You told us. you
Yes,
could hear
yeah,
humming.
in the last session, yeah, definitely. And the
So-
humming's still there.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
stronger. It's so strong in it. You know now it's coming from this almost, it's got this vague shape of like a skull. Where you can kind of see where the eye holes are kind of like off center, not quite right. And it's sort of a light, crystally purple. And it's kind of half lodged into this cave wall. And it looks like some of the miners have been trying to get it out, but haven't quite got there yet.
Oh, well, I can do a better job than them. He's going to sort of like drag his body.
Can I call
Over
across
his-
to you, Pignut? I'm going to say, you did really well. I'm very proud of you. You should feel very good about this achievement. Cast Healing Word. You'll feel so good about that. You'll heal
Thanks, Granny Topes.
7 points.
Ah,
Ooh,
lovely.
really good.
Amazing. Can I go to the skull gem and
Yeah.
obviously humming like in harmonizing as I did before.
Yeah. And what are you doing?
Oh, I just want to pick it up, please.
Just pick it
Just
up.
going to take it out.
Well,
yeah,
it
put it in my
is
pocket.
lodged into the wall. So there are some pickaxes
Got my-
around that were kind of abandoned, as so you could try to use
Okay.
one of those, or if there's anywhere else. But I think whatever it will be, will probably be an athletics check.
Okay, I will probably pick up a pickaxe. This is pointless. Athletics.
Athletics. I'll say, given your class, I'd say you'd be proficient with pickaxes, so you can add your proficiency bonus to this.
Oh, thank you. I do. Natural 20.
Yeah.
God, highs and lows. This episode has everything.
Are you? Is this a clip for the teaser trailer?
Yeah.
As you swing down, you actually only need one strike, and you find the perfect place, and the point of the pickaxe digs in. You find the leverage to pop it out. It flings out, and it's about to fling behind you, but you reflexes like crazy. Maybe it's the zephyr, the wind. You move like the wind, and you whoosh, pluck it out of the air, and it's I mean, it's quite hefty, actually. It's probably the size of like a football. Like it's the same size as your head. And yeah, as you hold it, you can feel the hum. And it's less of, now that you're holding it, less of a... it's less of something that is outside of you, and more it moves in you. And it's like a warm hum that is now centralized on your person.
Oh, this is amazing. This feels all warm and fuzzy. I literally can't remember. I don't think I've ever felt that before that I can remember. Oh, wow.
Is there like a bit?
Baskia, have a look.
Is there anything that like? Can I see? Does he look different? Does he?
That kind of sheen that when his eyes sort of go purple when he's cast a couple of spells, there's a little bit of that sheen across Pignut's eyes. Now that he holds it.
I can see that it's having an effect. You seem so happy, and I'll if you're holding it out to me, I'll like
Yeah, and as soon as you touch it, you feel the hum as well. This buzzing sensation.
oh, this is what you could hear. How could you? You must be very attuned to.
You can hear it now? Then you should harmonise with me. Let's make a 3-person harmony.
We'll wait for Topiary to come over. You know I can't. It's not no, but well. but this is, it was a lot, but this is also, what does it do? And I'll give it back to you.
Hello?
We should go across. We should go. Wait, Toby, are you coming over here or are we going back over there?
Yeah, there's nothing. Is there anything else over here?
As you look around, there's you can see a couple of sort of veins where they're getting out minerals and various gems, but nothing else that you can see. Oh no, actually, yes, you can see the husk of a small reptilian creature, a kobold, crumpled in the corner, which seems like all of its internal juices have been sucked from it.
Oh.
On my side, can I go and pick up some of these papers and have a look at them?
Yeah,
See
you
what
turn
the book
around and
is
you
about?
head into sort of the room that the
I want a good handful of them.
Yeah, that
Like he'd miss them if he didn't get them back.
yeah, so they're scrambling around. Are you doing this subtly or
Nope, I'll just pick it up.
Yeah, you go down to reach down to pick one up. You hear Drix a thump. The cane hits the bit of paper just before you pick it up. Yeah, I would be very grateful if you keep your fingers, your dusty little digits, off my findings. This is very important to me. Small, gather it. And
No. I'm going to pick up his cane and lift it up and yoink the paper.
Roll me a contested athletics check.
Come on.
Come on, dusty digits.
Say that again.
Rolled a natural one. I got
Oh no!
6. I got 6.
As you reach the cane and pull it up, that actually gives the opportunity for Small to grab the bit of paper underneath, and it's yellow. It's old paper. Which then Small shoves into this backpack, which Small has on his back, which is a bag. It's like a large leather satchel, old. You can see where it's been patched several times, where the leather's stretched, where there's been sort of weather damage to it, and it's just bulging with all these bits of paper and notes and stuff.
I'm going to say to him,
Would you not share with a fellow researcher what you were looking upon? Perhaps I can help. I'm very, very wise.
I'm sure you're incredibly wise, but do you think a deep, dank hole such as this is the best place to conduct the highest of highest research?
Well, if you don't believe that, why are you here?
Sort of holds out his arms. Look at me. Do you think your 10 towns will allow a creature such as me pull a desk up to a fire and study? Unfortunately, I have to find the deepest, darkest holes to conduct my research on my findings of these old tombs. But perhaps if maybe you could bring me into your village, into the town proper, perhaps we could have a gander together.
Strex, if I could find you a room to study in, a nice room in the village, and so you could become part of the community there and have a safe space, would you allow me to understand what you're doing?
My research, you are referring to?
Yes.
Of course. Of course.
Then it will be done. You will accompany us back to the village.
Happily.
Properly.
Can you roll a perception check for me?
okie pokey. Perception. 7.
7. Right.
I'm not rolling well.
As this is going on, Pignut and Baskia, are you making your way back across?
I'm just going to point that kobold out to Baskia. Am I recalling correctly that a kobold went missing?
A cobalt called Drill.
Drill. Oh. Do you think that's Drill?
I don't know why I thought that Drell, when they were talking about him, that he was like this big creature, but then I also thought that Drax was a dragon. So I mean, it's very likely that this is him. This is horrible. So this is what this thing can actually do to you. And you can see as well that Baskia is like, she's okay, but she's looking like she's taken some damage as well. So like she's like a bit grim and a bit covered in crap. But I don't know, like how many kobolds do we think there are?
I don't know, but we should bring the body over. So I'm going to start dragging the body of Drill with the gem. I'll put the gem in my bag, and try dragging the kobold body.
And you all get into the bucket. It might take you a trip or two, but you all manage to get over to the other side. And by the time that the three of you get over to the other side, Topiary and Drax and Small, a little kobold with a huge backpack on, coming back and meet you as you all cross over and meet. And Drax sort of says, your companion here has promised me room and board, so I may conduct my finding and gathering of information in a more appropriate setting.
It seems like you were happy to scuttle off down a hole when the going got tough, though. So it's interesting that you'd like a different setting generally. Just an observation.
Oh, I'm sorry. So just so I get this correct, if I had scuttled into Tourmaline, I would have been able to walk right up to the inn and get a bed and a room for the night, as well as my 12 followers of the other kobolds, which are strewn about in this mine. That would have been all right.
You're thinking a little large. I'm thinking more about when the brain came down and you just left.
But clearly, looking at you, you are a warrior, a fighter, a hero. Me, I'm a mere researcher. I would crumble under such pressure.
I think it's just very, very telling. I like to know who people are, so it's very helpful. I'm delighted that you and Topiary have come to whatever arrangements you've come to. Sounds great.
Fantastic.
Granny Topes!
It's Pignut.
I'm going to point to Baskia's arm. Do you have a lotion? Or
I have kind words for you, Baskia. You did very well. Your room is very clean.
And I will cast healing words. There will be a red glow from under my hood.
I mean,
I did well again.
Heal her?
7.
Hey,
Yes.
thank you.
The D4s are delivering. The D20s aren't.
Amazing. And then I'm going to sort of give the body. It's going to push the body of this kobold up. I'm sorry for your loss.
Drex looks down at it. Yes, it is a unfortunate casualty of our excursion here. Roll an insight check for me.
Yeah. 14.
14. He doesn't care about this kobold.
Do any of them care?
Yeah, with a 14, you do see a bit of a mournful expression on Small. You see a couple other kobolds who are coming from the other direction, who you encountered earlier, sort of stop as they see the dead Drill. Oh no, not Drill. Oh. And the other one goes, you knew he was already dead. He's been missing for like a day. We knew he had died. It was just only Drill. It was like, but I loved him. And
What is your name, young one?
I'll ask the one that was in love.
My name is Crack.
Crack. You should visit me in the forest, and I can find for you a potion that will help ease your heart, and perhaps in future, potions that will help you to find love and passion again. I will remember your name, and I will inquire after you whenever I should come across the kobolds again.
Thank you. I don't really know what to say to you. I've never been so kind to me. They don't just start crying. And you see there is this you hear, all right, you creatures, kobolds, with me, we have room and board to gather and research to continue. Yes, Lord Drix. Yes, almighty powerful. And they all sort of scurry up towards Drix. You see Grex sort of linger a little bit on Drill's body and then wander over and join sort of... Drix is sort of slightly bigger and seems even sort of like chest out, these sort of big wooden wings, and they all sort of gather around Drix. Drix is like, well, lead the way, ushers with his cane.
Off we go. Let's go back to town. I want to head straight for Ores.
Mm-hmm. As you all start making your way up the mines, up the mine shaft to the top level, back through sort of the rickety bucket elevator, back up through the entrance to the mine through the big wooden doors, you are accosted with snow that is blown into the entrance of the mine, and you hear the whipping of wind. And as you step out, you see the blizzard has reached Tourmaline, and visibility is 10 feet in front of you. And it is cold, and it is icy, and it is here and now that you feel the true terror of Icewind Dale's weather.
Or we could stay here.
I think
Yeah, you can all stay in my room.
That sounds perfect. Let's definitely not go out into this weather. Oh my god. Also, as we're leaving, like, I will say to Topiary and Pignut if we can do it together, but basically, like, wait, so are we sure? So are these the guys that killed the miner? Or was it are we sure we've got the right person here?
I mean, how many brains could be in there?
That is it. Well, hopefully only one. Good Lord. Okay, well, yeah, great.
As you move into the entranceway, maybe moving into sort of Pignut's area of the cave, you settle down to ride out this storm. Can I get a survival check from anyone who feels that they would be able to do that?
Me.
Anyone who feels like they're attuned to the weather of Icewind Dale.
7. I rolled bad.
Can I try? I feel...
We could... Can we all? So we all try?
I'll take a roll from each of you for this, yeah.
Nice.
15.
Natural 20.
20.
For a 22.
20.
Survival, yeah?
Yeah. 22. Pignut, what did you roll, sorry?
14.
14. With a natural 20, this is a big storm. And you could ride out the night, but the storm might still be raging in the morning. This is a big blizzard, which could take a few days to pass. And the longer you stay in the cave, the more precarious and dangerous your journey back to Tourmaline will be.
Because the storm will change the terrain.
Mm-hmm. And you are only about a half mile or so from town. So it's whether you want to ride this out or if you want to descend into the storm for better shelter. Yeah, it's up to you.
Are you laughing?
Rude.
Are you laughing? Yeah, I was going to say, because it's like a real...
How rude.
Like,
my house, my home is so... The foundations are secure, thank you very much. Very safe.
For different shelter.
Yeah, fair enough.
different. better shelter. You guys, look, and we've all seen this before. We could be trapped here for days. Like, do we want to try and get gone before it gets too bad? Do we want to wait it out? Pignut, your house is, I mean, genuinely really lovely, but like it's and like it's so lovely. Like I really want to be clear on that point specifically. It's
Have a crudité.
Thank you. No, but there's not many blankets. Like, do you even have a fireplace? I don't know. We're going to be comfortable.
We do have 13 kobolds with us as well.
Oh, we could burn them.
Not them.
Oh, we could all hug each other for warmth.
You hear Greg go, what? And then you hear Drex go, I would not be seen dead lying next to the likes of one of you.
You'd be lucky. Anyway, I'm going to take my rope. I'm going to tie it around my waist, my hempen rope, and I'm going to hand it back and be like,
grab upon the rope and we can all stay together.
Hmm.
I think you should go.
Could I be tied behind Baskia, but then when I'm given the rope, could I tie it around Drex?
Mm-hmm.
But can I just sort of frisk him as I do it? Like just to figure out what his deal is? Like
Yeah. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. 10?
10. Yeah, as you are sort of fumbling around tying the rope, he's sort of like, "What are you? Get off me! What are you doing?"
I'm helping.
And as you do that, you can see he's wearing like a ragged kind of almost like dinner jacket. And as you're doing that, one of these bits of paper flies out, and he goes, "No, they're Small, get it!" And Small sort of scurries over to try and get this bit of paper that's flown out.
Sorry.
And sort of Small retrieves it and then shoves it back in his bag. I got it. Don't worry, Drex. Your research is safe with me. And Drex go, please, this is not... Research is not what I'm in the market for. Just, this is a gathering of information correctly. But we'll soon have a better place to do that than this awful lodgings here. Now, are you taking us?
Make his knot really tight.
can I, just before we set off, can I turn to Drex? And I just want to say,
I would be very interested to hear about your information. You must uphold your side of the deal, or something very terrible will happen.
and I'm going to turn around and set off.
Make an intimidation check for me.
I'm not trying to intimidate him.
Okay. Make a
It's just natural.
make a persuasion check for me.
It's just a fact.
Well, no, I want an intimidation check to find how intimidating he finds it.
Okay. 19.
You see him back off slightly, and his eyes flick to all the kobolds who are sort of tying themselves to ropes and tying ropes to each other, and one of them is just tying themselves in a big old knot. And he says, he leans down to your hunched. Well, I mean, you're about the same height, like being a kobold, you're kind of matching height. And he goes, he whispers to you, the lodging does not need to bed 15. If in the storm we were to lose some of our party, that would not be an awful thing, if that helps with the lodgings.
I'm going to lean in and say,
no kobold should be left behind. How cruel of you, Drix.
Of course. I'm just trying to protect my findings. Very important to me.
You worried they're going to eat
Information.
it?
Is important.
Sorry, I spoke when you spoke.
I don't know what you said.
I said,
Are you worried they're going to eat it?
Looks behind one of them is like gnawing the rope. Yes, I am.
yes. Fair. What a mean kobold. I don't like him as much as I like the others.
As you all descend into the towards the town proper, yeah, let's plow on ahead. As you move down into the town, can I get a... First of all, let's get a survival check with advantage, because you know this route quite well of whoever's leading this.
Hey,
Okay. Topiary Erda.
pick better dice. 16.
16. It is a trek that you've walked many times, or at least you know, even if it's Pignut describing the journey to you, you know how to get back to town from here. The path hasn't been completely swept. But it's as you hit the edge of Tourmaline, that's when you hear the shriek of someone screaming in the street. Murder! Murder! Someone's dead! Someone's been killed! Towards the center of the town. You can see people's heads poking out of buildings as you approach. Are you people sort of barreling out of their homes, some putting on cloaks, running towards this screaming? Are you doing anything to hide these kobolds, or are you just walking into town with them?
Just gonna walk in. I assume everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could put 3 of them in a coat. We need a lot of coats. There's like 12.
I
of
think
them.
I just
13.
threw out a random number at one point and said 12, and that's just how many there are now. It's 12.
It's this guy plus 12 others.
Cool.
So 13.
13 kobolds, including Drix. Yeah, there's all of this commotion that's going on within the streets. It's throngs of people are moving. And I'd say this scream, and then you hear another ones. Oh my God. All these people are moving through, and they don't seem to pay attention to this throng of kobolds that you have behind you.
All tied to us in a rope.
All tied. And as you make your way towards the center of the town, the crowd is gathered around a body, strewn across, limbs out. I'm going to roll a d6, and this is going to tell us who was murdered. There are 3 options.
Can it be Sephic?
That is a 5.
Not true.
As you look through the crowd, they had it coming to him. I knew this was going to happen. He wasn't my choice.
No!
As you see the town speaker, the half-orc, Horus, on the ground.
Oh.
A large gash in the center of his chest, blood spilling around him, staining the snow. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
24.
7.
11.
Sorry,
11.
22.
22?
Yeah, not 24. 22.
Oh, 22. With a 22, Pignut, you hear the squeaking of a wheel, of a cart. And you have to move a little bit. You have to maybe climb up onto some barrels or climb above the crowd. And you see down a wide alleyway, you see the tracks of a large wagon. Torg's wagon. And on the back of it, a handsome man, brown hair, in a vest, unaffected by the cold whipping wind. Pale blue eyes glow. And he sees you.
Mm-hmm.
And he shrugs.
How far away is he from me?
He is about 120 feet before he disappears within the blizzard, completely obscuring him and the cart and their tracks. And that is where we're going to end.
Where are we going to put 13 kobolds?
Martyr and Clyde
Got rid of them.
I
need
haven't.
to name all of these kobolds now.
Yes, you do. And there's now romance. We're shipping the romance. I want
Crack.
the romance with the kobolds.
Yeah.
Oh
Crack,
my god!
yeah.
This should be our side mission to find Crack a new love.
Oh, cute.
Crack and drill.
I think
Drill and crack were lovers.
It wasn't. I think I said Grek, but I mean, if you want to go for crack, we could go for crack.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
You said crack.
Yeah, I wrote it down as Crack.
I heard
Crack.
crack.
Yeah, it's crack.
Right,
Yeah.
hold on. We're going to name all of the kobolds now.
I
Yes.
haven't battered a brain like that since I was a heavy drinker.
All right. So, we've got Drix, who's our head honcho. We've got Crack, who's just lost.
Sack, back,
Yes.
Sack.
back, sack and crack.
Small.
Yes, we got Small. So, one of the kobolds is dead, which is Drill.
Ah,
So you got 12 kobolds you have to hide. So I'll put a little asterisk dead.
Drex, Backsack, and Crack.
3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6. So we've got 6 more to go. No, we got 7 more to go. I've got Gee is one of them. Gee.
I'm sure that means something naughty in Irish.
ghee. Isn't it like
Yeah.
a butter that you put in
Yeah.
curry or something?
I'm sure it means vagina in Gaelic. I'm sure.
Mark, how would you know?
I have
Just
my
please,
ways.
Please, no
Just so
ghee
you-
today, please.
Just so we all know, I'm going to put
This is
into
not-
the recording.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
we are.
No.
course.
I'll cut out that comment.
Mark's comment about Gaelic vaginas should remain in the stream, and I'll have no more said about it.
Oh no, thank you. I've had enough ghee today. Thanks for offering.
No more ghee for me.
Yeah.
So we've got Drix, Crack, Sack, Back, Small, Drill, who's dead, Gee,
That's 8,
8.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 more.
I feel like they're all single syllable, like they're kobolds. I think they're single syllable.
Lop, plop, and
Can we have a Betty? I'd like a
Lop, plop, and Betty.
Bets?
bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
bets.
bets. I think they're all single syllable. Bets.
Bets. Can
So
I
we've
have
got
lop and
lops
plop?
bets.
I'd like bets to be of an age as well, just because bets.
Old. Yep.
Can you hear me? Can you hear my request for plop?
Plop.
Plop, lop,
5,
bets.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 3 more to go.
Nibs.
It's just like nips.
This is a good one.
Nibs.
Oh.
B for
Okay.
Betty.
Wait, so we got
Nibs.
nips and tits?
I am
Somebody said-
Why
obsessed
not?
with the sound right now. Yes, it's. Let's just do it.
Nips and tips. Tips or tits?
Tit could be our mascot because the imaginary tavern.
The imaginary tavern.
So really, it should
yeah.
be tit.
Tit. Okay, so
Yeah.
just tit. Nips and tit. 1, 2. I think we need one more.
No, I think we've got them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, because Drill is dead.
Oh, I think I might be missing one. So we've got Drix, crack, sack, back, small, drill, gee, lop.
No, you're right, because I had
Flop.
crack twice.
Flop, nips, and tit.
Yeah.
And one more.
Jerry.
That's
Jerry.
2 syllables.
Oh, damn it.
Z, the end of the alphabet.
Zed. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Z
I
could
would just
be
like.
maybe not as small as small, but small.
Small. What? Yeah.
While you have been creative and making names, I have looked up "gee" in Irish, and on the Urban Dictionary, famously, it is Irish slang for a vagina. And the quote that they've given is, "Mary is a complete pain in the ass. She needs a good kick in the gee."
And that, everyone, is the end of episode 2 of Icewind Dale. Join us next time with more Gaelic slang.
Yay.